Sports show where we return to ice hockey. Last Saturday, CSKA commemorated what would have been the 65th birthday of late forward Valery Kharlamov, who was tragically killed at the age of 33. Konstantin Potapov reports on the dramatic life of a man whose stellar career inspired hockey fans worldwide.
Probably the brightest star of Soviet ice hockey, Valery Kharlamov, died in a car accident 31 years ago. And last Saturday, people flocked to the CSKA arena to commemorate 65 years since the legendary forward was born. A special exhibition was opened dedicated to Kharlamov, who played 438 matches for the Army man. It was a night full of big names, as former greats played in a match named in his honor. And although Kharlamov wasn't there, everything around the arena reminded people of him.
It's impossible to name his best character trait. Probably that he was just a good person. It was always a great pleasure to deal with him. He had no snob value, although he was a superstar. Kharlamov was often beaten up out on the ice, but he never complained.
Kharlamov's father was Russian, while his mother was from the Basque region, who came over as a refugee from the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s. Named after Soviet pilot Valery Chkalov, who was the first man to fly from Moscow to Vancouver via the North Pole, Kharlamov's destiny was also to become a hero. In childhood, he was diagnosed with a heart problem, and sports were restricted. But his father still took him to a training school for CSKA, the powerhouse of Russian ice hockey. The explosive young forward flourished, and his flamboyant skating style and great stick handling soon made him a role model for every kid in the country.
All the boys worshipped him, and I was no exception. Everybody wanted to skate like him or shoot like him, but best of all was his attitude to the game. He loved it, and you could see it.
The CSKA trio of Boris Mikhailov, Vladimir Petrov and Kharlamov became known worldwide after the famous USSR versus Canada Super Series in 1972, where the Soviet forward proved himself to be one of the brightest talents of his generation. The three players then led the all-conquering Red Machine to 2 consecutive Olympic gold medals in that year and in 1976. However, soon after that second triumph, the famed number 17 was involved in a car accident. He suffered serious injuries but managed to pull through, get back on the ice and even clinched his 8th world title. But in 1981, Kharlamov was in another car accident on the same highway. This time, the car skidded off the slippery road, and Kharlamov, his wife and her cousin all died. He was only 33.
It's very important that the younger generation know exactly who made CSKA such a great club, who helped the army men put so much silverware into their trophy cabinet. Every sportsman only has a short time in which to prove if he's worth being remembered. And Kharlamov was a player who will be remembered for many years to come.
Kharlamov's dramatic life story has always been worthy of a film. And this spring, the movie will come out, 3 decades after his tragic death, immortalizing a national idol who wasn't just one of the best of his own era. He was simply ahead of his time. Konstantin Potapov, RT.